You are not tired. You are undisciplined with your emotions. Every time you react, you give someone else the power that belongs to you. Every outburst, every overthinking spiral, every emotional storm costs you control. This audiobook is about taking that power back. It's about mastering the only battlefield that matters, your inner world. From this moment forward, you stop reacting and start ruling. Because when you control your emotions, you control your life. Let's begin. Stop reacting. Start responding. That's where your power begins. Every time you react, you hand control to something or someone outside yourself. A word, a look, a situation, a distraction. You give it all your energy, your focus, your peace. And you don't even realize it. You think you're standing up for yourself. You think you're expressing how you feel. But the truth is simple. When you react, you're not in control. You're being controlled. 1. The trap of reaction. The human brain is built to react. That's survival instinct. Fight, flight, freeze, its ancient wiring. It kept your ancestors alive in danger. But today, that same instinct destroys your peace. Someone cuts you off in traffic, you explode. A coworker questions you, you over-explain. A loved one ignores you, you spiral. Reaction, reaction, reaction. Automatic, emotional, weak. You must break that cycle. Because if you don't, your life becomes one long chain of reactions. Trigger to trigger, emotion to emotion, without direction or control. You have to understand this. Emotions are impulses, not instructions. Feeling anger doesn't mean you must act angry. Feeling fear doesn't mean you must run. Feeling doubt doesn't mean you stop. You have a choice. That's the key. Every reaction is a choice disguised as instinct. And once you see that, you begin to master yourself. 2. The power of the pause. When chaos hits, the strongest person is not the loudest. The strongest person is the calmest. Picture this, a room full of shouting voices, tension rising, arguments flying, everyone trying to prove something, and one person silent, still, unmoved. Who do you think holds the real power? One making noise, or the one who doesn't need to? That's the difference between reacting and responding. Reacting is noise, responding is command. And the difference is just one breath, one pause between emotion and action. 1 second where you ask yourself, what's the outcome I want here? That single pause separates the impulsive from the powerful. Remember this mantra, pause, breathe, respond, don't react. Say it again, pause, breathe, respond, don't react. It's how you train emotional discipline, one pause at a time. 3. Leadership through control. People don't follow emotional chaos. They follow emotional control. In any crisis, people look for the calmest person in the room. That's leadership. It's not about shouting louder. It's not about being right. It's about being steady when everyone else is shaking. Think of the captain of a ship in a storm. Waves crash, crew panics, fear spreads. The captain doesn't scream. He doesn't lose focus. He acts with purpose, with clarity, with calm. That's emotional mastery, and that's what people trust. When you control your emotions, you become magnetic. When you react emotionally, you become forgettable. Because the world doesn't respect reaction, it respects restraint. 4. The cost of reacting. Every reaction has a price. A small one at first, then it compounds. You react in anger, you lose credibility. You react in fear, you lose opportunity. You react in jealousy, you lose focus. Every reaction drains your mental bank account. You wake up already tired because your mind is still paying off the cost of yesterday's overreactions. That's why you feel drained. That's why you feel stuck. That's why small problems feel enormous. Because your emotional energy is spent before the day even begins. Stop overspending on things that don't matter. You don't need to prove your worth in every argument. You don't need to respond to every message. You don't need to explain yourself to every critic. You need discipline. Not about winning reactions, it's about mastering restraint. Real strength isn't shown through reaction. Strength is shown through control. 5. How to practice response over reaction. Let's make this practical. Here's how you build this muscle of emotional response. Step 1. Awareness. You can't change what you don't see. So start noticing your triggers. Who or what makes you lose control? Write it down. Own it. Step 2. Delay. When triggered, pause. Even 3 seconds of silence is power. Say nothing. Breathe. Let the emotion pass through, not rule you. Step 3. decide. Now choose your next move consciously. Ask, what response serves my future, not my feelings? Do that repeatedly and you reprogram your brain. That's not motivation, that's training. Because emotional control isn't built in one day. It's built in repetition, moment by moment, decision by decision. Remember, you're training your reactions every day, either by indulging them or by mastering them. 6. The illusion of being real. Some people say, I'm just being real. I say what I feel. No, you're being reactive. Being real isn't about blurting emotions. It's about managing them with integrity. A reactive person is not authentic. They're unstable. Because truth without control becomes chaos. You can be honest and still be composed. You can be passionate and still be precise. Control doesn't kill emotion. It refines it. So stop glorifying emotional outbursts as honesty. Start practicing emotional precision as strength. That's what separates the wise from the impulsive. 7. Real-world power. A calm leader in chaos. Think about the people you admire most. Real power figures, real leaders. They all share one thing: composure under pressure. When everyone else panics, they think. When everyone else attacks, they observe. When everyone else reacts, they respond. That's why they win. You can develop that same control. Start in small ways. When someone insults you, don't bite. When plans change, don't complain. When life tests you, don't crumble. Each time you stay calm, you gain strength. Each time you pause, you grow power. Repeat this: my calm is my command. Say it until it becomes your instinct, because the moment you choose response over reaction, you become unshakable. 8. The mindset shift. Stop asking, how do I stop being emotional? Start asking, how do I direct my emotions? That's the difference between suppression and mastery. You don't need to kill your emotions. You need to lead them. Fear can become focus. Anger can become drive. Pain can become power. If you learn to respond instead of react, every emotion becomes fuel. That's mastery. 9. The commandment. Here's the commandment of emotional control. I will not be moved by external noise. I will respond with intention. I am the master of my inner world. Repeat that every morning. Write it down. Say it out loud. Because repetition builds identity, and identity builds mastery. You are not the same person who reacts. You are the one who responds. You are the calm in the storm. You are the leader of your mind. 10. The transition. You've learned the first rule of emotional power. Control begins in the pause. Reaction is slavery. Response is freedom. From this point forward, your peace is your weapon. Your calm is your command. You've stopped reacting. You've started responding. Now you're ready for the next step, building control so strong that even chaos can't shake it.